Hi guys, Karen here from Inside Out. Hope you all had a great Christmas and a New Year. Today's project is called Life is a Stage. The project will involve making a theatrical pop-up scene, and here's an example of something I made earlier, which is a funny scene from my Christmas where my pets invade my kitchen and make off with the dinner. This project is going to be really easy to make. All you're going to need is a piece of card. You're going to need scissors, a craft knife, ruler. I've got some coloured pencils for decorating, some glue, and as you're going to be using a craft knife, something to cut against, like a piece of cardboard or something. Okay, so the first step, we'll begin by folding the piece of A4 card horizontally in half, then turn it the other way and fold it back in on itself, and use your fingernail again to score it. Okay, so that's going to be the basis of our card, which folds both ways. Okay, so now we're going to cut out some of the furniture that's going to sit in the background. You know, you're all going to have slightly different interior scenes, so I'm just going to kind of do a basic one, and then you can measure your own according to your own kitchen or your own designs. So I'm going to start off doing a table. So I'm going to go in about 1.5 centimeters and make a mark, and the table is going to be approximately 5 centimeters long, and I'm just going to cut. When you've done that, if you now fold it back up on itself and do it with your finger, or you could actually use the edge of the ruler, just make a nice firm fold line and then fold it the other way. Now, if you open the card up, you can bend it in on itself and you have the beginnings of the table. So we're going to work our way along and make the kitchen. So the kitchen could include the sink, a cabinet, anything else you want. I'm going to next draw the chair. So this, I'm going to go another centimetre along, and the chair is going to be 1.5 centimetres wide. I'm going to draw that in, and again I'm going to cut out and then fold it up on itself, and then the other way, and open it up. Okay, so now you have the bases of the table and the chair. We're going to do more details and do the legs and the back of the chair and the legs afterwards. The thing I'm going to do is the all-important oven, so I'm going to leave a bit of space and do this like 2.5 centimetres long, and then the oven is going to be 2.5 centimetres. And then again, cutting up to the line, folding and scoring on both sides. So we've got the oven. I'm just going to repeat the process for the washing machine. And for the cabinets, I'm just going to make the measurements a little longer. Okay, so now we've got the basis of our kitchen. We've got the table, a chair, washing machine, cooker, washing machine, and the kitchen sink area. Now it's time to add the details of the kitchen part, so you can really have fun with this. So I'm just going to show you how to make the table and the chairs a bit more convincing. So if you can get your craft knife and very carefully just cut out 3mm in, and then cut out this bit here so that they're both meeting, and then you're going to remove this bit here, and you do the same on this side, 3mm along the base and 3 along the top crease. And remove it. And then for the leg, again, about 3mm. Just going to make the leg here, and the same on this side. Instead of cutting the pieces out, you're just going to make the cut line in between the two legs. you just push that bit down, the bit that you've cut out, so that's your table. And then we're going to do the same for the chair. We're going to just cut out the middle bit so the legs are exposed. So it's going to have quite chunky legs again, so it's about 3mm. I'm just guessing this, but you can measure. Bottom of the fold to the top of the fold, being careful not to go over the fold. For the oven, I'm going to make a little oven door. So you're only going to cut 3 sides of this because it's going to have a fold where the door opens and closes. And I'm just going to put a little fold in there. So that's where the oven door opens and closes. And for the washing machine, you can just get something circular to draw around. I'm going to use the end of a pencil top, and I'm going to draw around that because I think it's going to be very fiddly to cut around a circle. Okay, and then you can add a few details like the control box, and you can even add some colour to that as well, make it look like there's washing in there. Okay, so now we've got the kitchen sink, so you can draw your cupboards in. Sink. And then I'm going to draw in the draining area. Okay, I've got nice colourful kitchen, so I've got different coloured drawers and cupboards, so you can colour them however you like. I'm just going to do some more detail on the chair. I'm going to draw my chair blue. Okay, so now I'm going to add some more details. I'm going to show you how to do moving TV and the window. First thing you're going to do is draw a rectangle and then using your craft knife cut it out. The next thing you're going to do is cut out 2 tabs for the screen to sit in. Measure it against the cut out rectangle and add 1 cm each side. And then just cut them out. Mark with your pencil where the tabs meet the end of the rectangle. So for the screen to work, you're just going to cut out a rectangle that's going to be approximately twice as long and a little bit higher. So this rectangle is going to be approximately 6 by 2.6 centimetres. Okay, now I've cut out 2 rectangles which are going to go on the back. So if you get the piece of card you just cut out for the back of the TV and just fold it around and just leave a tiny bit of breathing space for it, and do the same with the other one. And then just glue them down onto the inside of the card. It's drying, you can make the front of the screen. So you can put anything you like on your TV, but I chose to go with the Queen with her memorable quote, "You are not alone." you then add a little pull tab, which will just be a little bit of card that you can glue on the back of it. Make sure you get it on the right side, so it's got to be on the outer side. When it's dry, you can then put it in between the sleeve. You've got the Queen on TV. Okay, then you can repeat the steps for the window on the other side of the room, and if you want to have somebody or something walking along the window, you can do the tabs on the back as well, like I've done here. Okay, so I've done another insert here of the cat running off with the turkey leg, and I'm going to insert it in between. Okay, so now we've got the two sliders. We've got the Queen on the left saying her speech, "You are not alone," and then we've got my cat running off with the drumstick here. Show you how to do some of the things that are in the foreground, like the dog and the cat with the cream. Okay, so you have to remember when you're doing anything in the foreground that's going to be inserted in slits on the in the foreground, you've got to do a tab that's going to be folded along with the insert. So this is going to be my fold line, and then I'm going to draw a dog sitting on it. So it looks like it's sitting on the box, but it's actually going to be folded. But I'm going to leave the tab that it's sitting on. It looks like it's sitting on the box, but it is actually going to be the folded tab for it to be inserted. So now I'm going to just fold it here, make a crease, and then I'm going to position it where I want it, and then I'm just going to then make cuts. But before I do that, I'm just going to colour it in. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on the underside. Okay, so I've done the naughty cat nicking the cream and the turkey that's been dragged from the oven and about to be eaten by the dog. So I'm just going to make the slits where I want them to be on the floor and then insert them. Okay, so you can see my scene is coming together now. It's just time to add a few finishing touches, a bit of decoration with my coloured pencils. Did a few details, and this is what we've finished with, but you can add as much as you like. You can really go to town with the wallpaper and the carpets and other things you might have on the wall and have fun.